Hello, folks. It's the return of true journalism with the amazing Brigitte Gabrielle. Hello, Brigitte.
Hello, Brent. Thank you and welcome, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to be with us tonight. Today, I want to discuss the future of America. America's future is in jeopardy. Men, like nations, think they're eternal. What man in his 20s or 30s doesn't believe, at least subconsciously, that he'll live forever? And the springtime of youth, an endless summer beckons. As you pass 70, it's harder to hide from reality as you lose friends and relatives. Nations also have seasons. Imagine a Roman of the 2nd century contemplating an empire that stretched from Britain to the Near East, thinking, this will endure forever. Forever was about 500 years, give and take. Not bad, but gone. France was pivotal in the 17th and 18th centuries. Now, the land of Charles Martel is on its way to becoming part of the Muslim Ummah. In the 19th and early 20th centuries, the sun never set on the British Empire. Now Britain is a nation in terminal decline. In the 1980s, Japan seemed poised to buy the world. Business schools taught Japanese management techniques. Remember that? Today, its birth rate is so low and its population aging so rapidly that an industry has sprung up to remove the remains of elderly Japanese who die alone. I was born in the 20th century, the American century. America's prestige and influence were never greater. Thanks to the greatest generation, we won a world war, fought throughout most of Europe, Asia, and the Pacific. We reduced Germany to rubble and put the rising sun to bed. It set the stage for almost half a century of unprecedented prosperity. We stopped the spread of communism in Europe and Asia and fought international terrorism. We rebuilt our enemies and lavished foreign aid on much of the world. We built skyscrapers and rockets to the moon. We conquered polio. We explored the mysteries of the universe and the wonders of DNA, the blueprint of life. But where is the glory that once was Rome? America has moved from a relatively free economy to socialism, which has never worked anywhere in the world. We've gone from a Republican government guided by a constitution to a regime of revolving elites. We have less freedom with each passing year. Like a signpost to the coming reign of terror, the cancel culture is everywhere. We've traded the American Revolution for the Cultural Revolution. The pathetic creature in the White House is an empty vessel filled by his handlers. At the G7 summit, Dr. Jill had to lead him like a child. Now a feeble nation is technically led by the oldest man to ever serve in the presidency. We cannot defend our borders, our history, including monuments to past greatness, nor our streets. Our cities have become anarchist playgrounds. We are a nation of dependence and misplaced charity. Homeless veterans camp in the streets while illegal aliens are put up in hotels. The President of the United States can't even quote the beginning of the Declaration of Independence. You know the thing? Correctly. Ivy League graduates routinely fail history tests that 5th graders could pass a generation ago. Crime rates soar, and we blame the Second Amendment and splash police budgets. Our culture is certifiably insane. Men who think they're women, people who fight racism by seeking to convince members of one race that they're inherently evil, and others that they are perpetual victims. A psychiatrist lecturing at Yale said she fantasizes about unloading a revolver into the head of any white person. We devalue having children while our birth rates dip lower year by year. Our national debt is so high that we can no longer even pretend that we will repay it one day. It's a 30 trillion monument to our improvidence and refusal to confront reality. Our entertainment is sadistic, nihilistic, and as enduring as a candy bar wrapper thrown in the trash. Our music is noise that spans the spectrum from annoying to repulsive. Patriotism is called an insurrection, treason celebrated, and perversion sanctified. A man in blue gets less respect than a man in a dress. We're asking soldiers to fight for a nation our leaders no longer believe in. How meekly most of us submitted to Fauciism, the regime of face masks, lockdowns, and hand sanitizers, shows the impending death of the American spirit. How do nations slip from greatness to obscurity? Fighting endless wars they cannot or won't win, accumulating massive debt far beyond their ability to repay, refusing to guard their borders, allowing the nation to be inundated by an alien horde, surrendering control of their cities to mob rule, allowing indoctrination of the young, moving from a republic form of government to an oligarchy, losing national identity, indulging indulgence, abandoning God, faith, and family, the bulwarks of any stable society. In America, every one of these symptoms is pronounced, indicating an advanced stage of the disease. Even if the cause seems hopeless, don't we have an obligation to those who sacrificed so much to give us what we had? During Britain's darkest hour, when its professional army was trapped at Dunkirk and a German invasion seemed imminent, Churchill reminded his countrymen, nations that go down fighting rise again, and those that surrender tamely are finished. If we let America slip through our fingers, if we lose without a fight, what will posterity say of us? Everyone who cares about this country must become engaged. I created Act for America and this show so we not only discuss the problems we are facing, but what we can do about it. If my message resonates with you and you want to find out what you can do to make an impact for our nation, go to actforamerica.org right now and check us out.
Act for America keeps you informed with all the things you need to know, coming right from Washington, D.C., folks. No other organization like it, and no other news show like news you can act on.
People are watching us, and people have been taking action by signing up to receive our emails and action alerts. We have been able to pass bills, and everyone joining us right now, make sure you go to our website, actforamerica.org, and sign up to receive our emails and action alerts. We monitor bills coming down for a vote on the national level, on the federal level and Congress, and also on the state level. And we let you know about these bills that are coming down before they are voted on, so you can contact your representative, and we make it so easy for you. We have a tool called Act Now Campaign. When you go to actforamerica.org, you'll see our Act Now. You click on Act Now National or Act Now State, you will see the campaigns where we prepare an email for you. We tell you about the bills coming down for a vote. We prepare an email for you to send to your elected official. You give us, you fill in the form as to where you are from and where you live. We connect you directly with your elected officials. We give you their names and we say, okay, these are your elected officials. Do you want to email them? You click confirm. We have an email prepared for you my representative, I'm writing you to you today about whatever bill, HR 7940, blah, 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 whatever the bill says. I want you as your constituent, I want you to vote for this bill or not vote for it, depending on what the bill is about. With a click of a button, the email is pre-written for you. You don't even have to think about it. Click confirm, the email goes to them. We prepare social media posts for you, for your Facebook, for your Twitter, for whatever social media you use. You click on that and then it posts on your social media and it tags your elected officials. We prepare a script for you so you can call them. We give you their phone numbers so you can call them and tell them, I want you to vote for this bill. We have a script for you that you can read off your computer. You don't even have to think what to say. That's how we are making a difference. And I'm so proud to tell you, Brand, that through this Act Now tools, we just crossed over the 100 million actions taken through our website by patriotic Americans contacting their elected officials. And as of now, we have helped pass 180 bills on the federal level and the state level to protect the country. And we cannot do this without you, our viewers, our members who are watching us right now, who are taking action. Today is the day. Now is the time. If it's not me, then who? If it's not now, then when? I hope you watching this show is your time to take action. Go to our website, actforamerica.org, sign up to receive our emails and action alerts. Make sure you are engaged. And we have an 800 number on your screen. If you wish to stand with us financially and support our work, please do that. Please call right now, 1-888-999-1928. 1-888-999-1928. Remember this number and call right now to stand with us financially and support our work. We need you now more than ever.
You know, Brigitte, I'm there right now at actforamerica.org. There's no other website like it. It is so user-friendly. Folks, you can do so many things. Not only receive the free action alerts, not only become a member at very reasonable levels, folks. It's also tax deductible as well. But when you go to Act Now, you can click on Act Now National and see the national issues that Act for America is taking a stand against, as well as the Act Now states. You know, there's a good chance, Brigitte, that our viewers and our members and our subscribers may very well be better informed than the very politicians they elected. So many aides are doing the reading, are doing the work for these politicians, folks. You need to be informed. You know, you need to know what is in these bills. And I believe it. I believe it. You know, this latest effort to weaponize the IRS was thwarted, largely due, in my belief, to the actions of you and Act for America and folks, people like you. That's why it's important to call that 1-800 number right now. Stand with us financially, folks. Put your money where your mouth is and your heart is. Don't spend money with people who hate you and hate the family unit. It is time to come together, and you can do it right now at actforamerica.org.
Exactly, Brent. People tell me all the time, I watch the news, I listen to Sean Hannity, I watch Tucker, I watch Fox, I watch Newsmax, I get my news from all conservative sites on the internet, but people do not know what to do. They realize we can be educated, you know, we can have education coming out of our ears, but most people have no idea what they can do to change the system. And a lot of things happen between the two elections. Yes, you vote, but a lot of things happen between voting days. And that's where we come in. We inform you. We not only give you information about what's happening in the country, but what you can do about it, because that's what we are lacking on the right. You know, Brent, on the left, you stop any 22-year-old socialist nitwit and tell him, tell me about socialism. Why are you a socialist? He can't even tell you what socialism is. But by golly, they are active, they show up, they take action, they are engaged, they are engaged and active. On our side, you ask a conservative, can you, we need you engaged. Can you tell, how much do you understand about this issue? Oh, Brigitte, I want to learn everything I can learn about this issue. I want to be informed. I want to study this issue. Yet they do not take action. Our idea on the right of being active is showing up to meetings, attending conferences. Oh, Brigitte, I belong to the Tea Party and I belong to the Libertarian Party and I attend the Republican Party meeting and I go to conferences and, I attend this conference that came through town, the Freedom Tour in my hometown, and everybody gets excited. And that's our idea of activism. But they go home after all this excitement and they do not know what to do. What we do with Act for America is we send you information about bills coming down for a vote every single week. We send you action alerts. We're not going to inundate you with emails. Everybody is sick and tired of receiving a ton of email. But we send you pertinent information about issues that are so important that you can make an impact sitting in your home, in your pajamas at 7 o'clock in the morning, sipping your coffee with the click of a button. When you sign up to receive our emails and action alerts, which are free of charge, it doesn't cost you anything to receive those, because we want to make sure everybody is engaged and everybody is informed. With the click of a button, you receive our email in the morning. Every Thursday, we send an email, 3 in 10, 3 things you can do under 10 minutes to make a difference for the country. With a click of a button, you can email your elected officials, you can call your elected officials, you can tweet at your elected officials, you can post on your social media and tell all your friends about an action that we want them to take, and make a difference while you're sitting in your home, in the comfort of your home. You don't have to leave your house. You don't have to show up for a demonstration. You don't have to endanger your life. Nobody's going to know what you are doing except for your elected officials who are voting on issues impacting your community. When your city council members receive an email from you, do not defund the police in my hometown.
Right.
They have to listen to you. When your mayors receive an email from you, do not tell our police to stand down. We want to empower our police, not let them stand down. Your mayor has to listen to you. When you send an email to your state delegates telling them, we do not want Dominion voting machines in our states, they have to listen to you, because guess who votes on Dominion electronic voting machines in your state? It's not the federal government, it's your state delegates. This is the type of information we send you where you can make a difference for our country and also for your community.
And you can do so much more than you imagine, folks. ActForAmerica.org is your one-stop shop. You can stand with us financially by calling that number right now, folks. You can also go to Act for America, sign up for the action alerts, be educated at what is happening on the national front and the state front, but you can also start a chapter or join a chapter in your area. A lot of you are having meetings on your own now. Some of you have churches that won't even touch this information. They're concerned about offending people. Some of you do have churches that will address these issues as they should, because everything that is decided in Washington, D.C. has a tremendous trickle-down effect on the church and on your life, folks, and the children and your children's lives as well. But you can go to actforamerica.org, join the Act in Faith. If you are a church or a ministry, or register your existing group with Act for America. And even more than that, you can also get educated with the resources on how you can run for various positions in your hometown. There are times when the local offices have more vetoing power than you can imagine. You're seeing this upsurge of parents that are refusing to accept this transgender agenda in public schools. Well, how much better would it be if you actually knew how to run for the school board? You can do that at the one-stop shop, actforamerica.org.
Exactly. We have so many ways for you to become engaged and become involved. Whether you are a member of a church, you can start an Act in Faith group in your church where you can inform your church. You can be the salt and light in your church to inform your church members, to mobilize them, how they can take action on local issues affecting your schools in your local community. We have helped pass many bills on a state level affecting the education of our children. Join us. You will be amazed at the results you can achieve in your own local community. By the way, Brent, our first chapter of Act for America was started at Chapel Hill, at Calvary Chapel Hill in Chino Hill, California, at Pastor Jack Hibbs' office. And actually, our national field director, who runs all our chapters nationwide, was the chapter leader who ran the chapter out of Calvary Chapel, Chino Hill. So it's amazing what happens when people come together and work together. If you are a group already set up in your community, a group, that started maybe after the election of 2020, we want to support you. We want to know about you. We want to give you the resources that we have in training videos, training techniques, lessons we have learned. Connect you with other people in your community that share your values, that share your opinion about how things should be done in your community. We want to empower you. We want to help you grow. So make sure you register your group with us so we know who you are, so we can work together. Brent, the most important thing on our side is we need to work together. I was speaking yesterday in my local community, and the subject of the title of my speech was fighting our worst enemy and how to win the battle. And my whole speech about our worst enemy. And you know who our worst enemy is? Us. Yes. We, the conservatives, we, the Republicans, we who love our country are our own worst enemy, because we don't work together. We don't network together. Everybody's operating individually in different parts of the country, but nobody's talking to one another. We don't work Because we're not a herd mentality. We're not like the left. The left works
Right.
in like a herd mentality. They're all work together like a team. What makes us Republicans or independent or conservatives is the fact that we are independent. It's up to me, not to the government. It's up to me, not to the rest of the group. It's up to me if I want to make a difference. So we tend to work that way. But what Act for America is doing is we are connecting groups from all over the country to come together and work together to make a difference for the country. And that's why we sent over 7 million emails, actions, Facebook and phone calls to Congress. And that's why to stop Antifa or designate Antifa as a domestic terrorist organization. And that's when Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene introduced the designate Antifa as a domestic terrorist organization. This is the power of we, the people, coming together, working together, not working together. No small group has 7 million members. No one organization has 7 million members. But when we work together as different groups from all over the country and we take action on a certain action item, speaking with one voice, saying the same thing, directing it to our elected officials from all across the nation, that's how we make a difference. And so please share the news about our program with your friends that you know. Sign up to get our emails and action alerts and share them with your friends. And make sure you tune in and TiVo our show. We air every Wednesday night on PTL at 7:30 p.m. We air on Monday night at 6:30 p.m. And we also air on Tuesday at midnight, all Eastern Standard Times. Make sure you share our times. And also you can go to our website, actforamerica.org. If you miss the show live, you can also watch it under our video tab. And you can watch all our shows will be posted there on our video tab discussing different issues. But the most important issue is we need to come together. We need to work together. We need to wake up our nation together. Today is the day, and now is the time to come together, wake up, throw political correctness in the garbage, and start making a difference for the country. And if you can stand with us and support our effort financially, I implore you to go to call the 800 number on your screen right now, 1-888-999-1928. Very easy number to remember. Please call that number right now. If this message resonates with you, stand with us financially, donate and support us. Your donation is tax deductible, so we can make a difference, continue passing bills, continue impacting policy, and continue recruiting and mobilizing grassroots nationwide to make a difference to save America.
You know, Brigitte, people's voices still matter. They still have a voice. You know, there's a quote by Dietrich Bonhoeffer: silence in the face of evil is evil itself.
That's
God
right.
will not hold us guiltless not to speak and not to act. We have to act for America right now. You can do that, actforamerica.org. Sign up for the free action alerts. Learn how you can join a chapter in your area or start a chapter or register your existing group with Act for America. You know, Brigitte, you don't have to have a political group. You could even have a gardening group.
That's right. You can start an Act for America chapter within your gardening group. Yeah, you know, community organization is how the left has been able to transform our country to the worst, not for the better. And when you look at our groups as Christians, you know, we have Bible studies, we have big churches, we have groups getting together already. Why don't you start an Act for America group within your Bible study group? Why don't you start an Act for America group within your church group? Why don't you start an Act for America group in your PTL group, in your gardening club, in your book club? As much as you get together because you love to read books, especially if you have a conservative reading book club, please start together to save the country. Start a group together to save the country. We must save America. We can no longer sit on the sidelines and scratch our head and think, how did the transgenders become so influential and so powerful? How did the LGBTQ whatever community become so influential that they can go in and brainwash our students in our schools? Heck, even Disney right now, even when you watch Sesame Street Sesame Street is getting political, introducing all sorts of characters into cartoons that our children are watching. This is not the society we want to live in, folks. This is not what our founding fathers gave everything, and most of them died broke to give us the nation that we have today. America was founded on Judeo-Christian values and principles, and we are seeing these values right now being washed down the toilet as Christians sit on the sidelines and do nothing, thinking, I'm praying about it, Brigitte. I'm praying about our nation. Well, you know what? It is important to pray. I pray for our nation. Brand prays for our nation. I'm sure you all pray for our nation. But we named this show Act for America. Not think about America, hope for America, pray for America, or wish for America. Because you should think and pray and hope for our country. But without taking action, nothing happens. We named Act for America, Act for America, because nothing changes without action. And we named this show News You Can Act On. So you can make a difference for the country by taking action, giving you something you can actually do. Whether you donate or not, I'm speaking to the many of you who many are not able to donate. Thankfully, to the generosity of those who are able to, who are stepping up to the plate, you are able to receive this message. You are able to watch this message. You are able to know about bills coming down for a vote because somebody else already donated on your behalf to make sure this information is available to you. And I am so grateful for the generosity of those of you watching us right now who are already donors. Because of your generosity, other people are getting informed who may not be able to get informed if it wasn't for you stepping up and helping us get our message to as many people as possible through this television show. And listen, folks, if we don't stand up now, we are losing our liberty. We are losing our freedom. And if you think what happens in DC does not affect your spiritual life or your life, just remember how Fauci and the government shut down churches, our churches nationwide during COVID, while the ABC stores stayed open. If you are a drunken alcoholic, you had no problem walking into an ABC store during COVID, but you couldn't even walk into a church and pray and become saved and ask Jesus into your heart instead of an alcohol bottle, because the government in Washington, D.C. decided that an alcohol bottle and liquor was more important than the Word of God, the Bible, the pastor, and Christian ministry. This is where we are as a nation. And if you think it can't happen in America, it already happened in America 3 years ago. And most Christians sat on the sidelines and did nothing. Now is the time. We need to stand up. We need to speak up with one voice. We are mobilizing the nation. Act for America right now is over 2 million members. We have helped pass 180 bills on the federal level and the state level. And we need you by our side. We need you engaged, either taking action or supporting us financially. To take action, go to actforamerica.org. Sign up to receive our emails. Sign up to start a group in your community, or if you have a group already up and going, please make sure you register it with us. And if you are able to support us financially, please call the 800 number on your screen, 1-888-999-1928. Call right now and pledge your support to stand with us. We need you now more than ever. And I would be so grateful from the bottom of my heart for your support.
Another great show, News You Can Act On, with the amazing Brigitte Gabrielle. Thank you, Brigitte.
Thank you, Brent. And may God bless you all. And may God bless the United States of America.